Okay, here's Solo. He gets to be the guinea pig. Poor guy. He honestly doesn't really need post. We're just edge taping his tips a little bit still, but we'll show you. Okay, so one thing I'll say with little baby puppies, you don't have to worry about this so much because they're not so furry. But as they get bigger, see they got a lot of fur in there. And so, all right, Todd, here. You will want to clip the fur when they start getting furry, because obviously the more fur you got there, the more you gotta jerk out those little trimmers. You just trim it up. Our edges. And obviously he has had this done multiple times. So you come in, Charlotte. You know, he knows what's going on, so he's pretty good. So you want to trim them up. William, let's turn him a little bit so the light is shining on him because it's dark. So we'll start, Charlotte, I can't go. With the backer rod ear post that we previously got ready. Over there. Can you see it now, or is it still dark?
I can see.
Here's where your spray comes in, Layla, because you will spray part of the post. It just gives it some extra sticky. You're not spraying a whole lot, just a real light coating. With the backer rods, I just do the bottom half because it's going to help your base stay in there better where it belongs. So you just spray the bottom half, and you need to follow me, Todd. My hands are what you're following. You just spray to where you see you've got a coating there. And make sure you get your bottom good. Come over here to the ear, and you're going to stretch the ear up good and tall. Get your base. Make sure you got the right side with your glue on it. You see how you have to kind of shove it down in there to get it down into the pocket? Ear up as tall as you can get it, and you push it against the post. Hold it, squeeze it around a little bit so it gets sticking. Keep hold of your tip, and that's what you're going to tape first when you're doing backer rod, because you want it to stay stretched up as high as you can get it stretched up. You go towards the front, and like Kathleen said, you're not really wrapping tight, you're just kind of laying the tape around. So you go around and you've got it. So now his tip is stuck. His tip is up there as tall as we can get the post, stretched up as high as we can get the post. Now I will go to the base. Again, stretch it up. You can see how it's stretched up. You have this flap. Can you see this flap, Todd, here of skin? It naturally lays towards the back, and that's the way you wrap it, to where you pull it towards the back. So you're going to put your tape down here at a little bit of an angle. Get it on the sticky post well. Take it around. I mean, you are pulling just a tiny bit with this flap there, because you have to bring it around and lay it on itself. You want to pull your excess. This tape rips really easily, so if you can rip it, just rip it. If you have trouble ripping it, just have some scissors close by. With backer rod, I typically use 4 pieces of tape, and you want to have them pre-cut and sitting there. Sometimes, man, he's got long ears. You'll need a little more. Looks like I'm gonna need 5 with him on this one because he has such long ears. You overlap your previous tape a little bit. I'm gonna need another piece. You can see it helps very much to have someone to hold them. And Solo has done this lots of times. So he's a good boy. He was horrible when he was a baby, so don't let a puppy who's horrible put you off. And that is the backer rod. You see, it is a lot taller, and I will cut this. If you're not comfortable cutting it, don't cut it. But it drives me nuts. I don't like it. Come this side, Todd, so you can see. But what I do, just so you see, I take my thumb and I put it over that tip. So there's no way I'm gonna cut that tip because I've got my thumb over it. And these scissors aren't good for doing this. You need good scissors. I didn't bring them with me out here. And you snip that top. With your good scissors, it's normally just a snip. But again, if you're not comfortable, don't do that, because the last thing you want to do is cut off your tip. But I put my thumb totally over that tip, so I'm gonna have to cut through my own finger to get to the tip. And that is putting the back rod post in. You do want to I didn't show you, but you get your tape ready and, you know, hanging somewhere where you can get to it easily. Your first piece is probably going to be about a 4 to 5 inch piece. Obviously the tape's going to get bigger as the dog gets bigger. And then your next piece a little smaller and a little smaller. You can let him go, William. And a little smaller until, you know, up to the top. You get your post in good, stretch the ear up, squeeze it around, top tape first so that the ear doesn't come back down, then your base tape, and then just layer it up. Again, you're not wrapping tight, you're just kind of folding it around, and with that extra spray in there, it should stay. If your base pops out, that's normally what happens, is your base is going to pop out here. Then you're going to need to take them down and redo them, because once the base pops out, it wiggles around in there, and when it starts wiggling and moving, the chafing will make a raw spot and a sore. So if your base pops out, you just need to redo it, and it's probably going to happen a few times before you get good at it. You'll post them, and then you'll turn around, next thing you know, your bases are going to be popped out. So you just got to take them down and redo it again, and I'll show you how to take them off. Okay.